Hi, Leos. Rhonda here with your weekly reading. I hope you guys had a good week this last week and looking forward to a new week starting. Um, let's go ahead and get started with your reading. So, your first card was the Four of Spring in reverse. And the Four of Spring in reverse is about that introspection, right? That drawing in, kind of maybe avoiding other people right now. You shouldn't cut everybody off, but you're kind of in maybe a space where you're really doing some inner work and really checking in, and it is a good time for you to do that check in with your soul, making sure that you're on the right path, that you're still in alignment with your goals and your visions, and just doing that self check-in, right? And so that's your first card, but you do have a challenge for that, and you got the Sacred Union in reverse. And this is a warning about the people around you, right? This is about, you know, are the people around you causing aggravation, drama? Are they really um, having a problem? But it's also about having you take a look at your relationships, as far as, are you making repeated partnering mistakes? Um, you know, are you getting mixed messages? Are you ignoring red flags? So this is really about looking at your relationships too. So as you're going into this introspection and looking, take a look at the people in your life and those relationships, because I think that's going to be an important point for you. And then the pendulum is going crazy saying yes, yes, yes. So um, that's an important thing. Okay, then your next card is the Emperor. And the Emperor is all about logic, structure, organization, really. So as you're moving forward, then as you're doing your introspection and you're looking at things, make sure that you're looking at moving forward, that you're really going inside and looking at things logically and in a structured way. And looking at, okay, so this is what I'm coming up with, so now how do I move forward with that, right? So you know I've done my self check-in and I know what I want, but now how do I take that into fruition? And so really look at the logic and structure with that, and the best ways to go forward. And as an ally, you got the Desert Prince. And the Desert Prince is about survival, right? Like, think about the plant life in the desert, right? So under these harsh conditions, these beautiful plants are able to not just survive but thrive as well, right? And so even though maybe external circumstances, our plant's a little crazy right now, are forcing you to go, my goodness, you have the strength and the ability, right? That's the gift of the Desert Prince. You have that strength and that ability to survive, even in the toughest of times, even in the worst of times. You are able to still not just live, but really strive. And so that is really, so moving forward logically, it was structure, and you're able to survive even when things are just really kind of rough, right? But make sure you're maintaining your balance, right? Make sure you're looking at all sides of the equation. Make sure that you're able to not rushing things, but taking your time. Again, goes back to creating that structure and taking your time to put all that in place, making sure everything's in balance, making sure everything's working in alignment, right? And so that's really, going to be important as you move forward. And as an ally, you got the Eyes of Beauty, which is all about your positive expectations and clarity, right? Getting clarity and really looking at the beauty in every moment, the beauty in everything, right? Because our perception is everything. And, it uses the example of a glass half empty and a glass half full is exactly the same thing, right? So it's all about perception and making sure that you're viewing that, that you have that conviction that everything is going exactly like you want it to. Everything is as it's going to be, it will be, and it's going to be great. And that's just the way it is, right? And so I think that's beautiful when you create the structure, and then you also look at it through that perception of beauty, right? The beauty of the world, just coming into alignment with that. It's going to be truly great for you. And as you're healing with the fairies, you got awakening your true self. As if a cloud has lifted from your mind and your heart, you're beginning to see life from the perspective of your old self. You just went through a period where you gave up who you are to please another person. You buried your interests, ignored your friends, and tried to fit into another person's lifestyle. Now your old self is emerging. You're back. As you recover your authentic self, your life and your personality are going through big changes. Hold tight and allow these changes to occur. The fairies ask you to trust that the parts of your life and personality that are falling away are inauthentic and false. Know that you're building a solid foundation of truth and that everything is working out perfectly right now. And as I was reading that, I thought of two of your other cards here. I thought about your balance, which is, merging viewpoints with other people. So again, it goes back to this, if you were allowing someone else to kind of control things, maybe merging that into something, that is, in the benefit of all, right? And it also made me think about the sacred union. So, and it made me think about, that relationships, right? Asking you to look at relationships. Maybe it's a relationship with yourself, right? Looking at it from, maybe you haven't been in a clean relationship with yourself too. So really, really, as you're going introspective, really look at that as well. So I was just kind of called out to tell you that. And then you got a heart chakra card called Wholeness. You have within you the power to heal all that is in need of your love, including yourself. Open up to the vastness of your heart and allow its purifying presence to wash over you in waves of self-acceptance and graceful allowing. From this space of whole soul fulfillment and nourishment, you will be able to give and receive abundantly. You are the forests and the oceans, the earth and the sky. Honoring your wholeness is your path to wellness. And Mangano calcite is the crystal, and hawthorn berries is the herb. And I think this goes back to your that introspection card, right? That Four of Summer. Well, going within and really looking and having that waves wash over you and heal your heart, and heal your mind. I think that's beautiful. And then happiness without is your intention. I'm at peace with all forms of creation, asking nothing of others that I cannot provide for or by myself. As I release judgments and expectations of others, I find a state of divine acceptance and allowance that heals myself and my ancestors. And peach aventurine is the stone, and the essential oil is bergamot. And I think that goes right back to the balance, finding that balance, and also the eyes of beauty, and that, clarity, that seeing everything in divine, and being in, finding that alignment, and that seeing everything as a beautiful part of the divine, right? And our perception of that and our gratitude in that. It's a beautiful intention for you. All right, Leos, that's all I have for you this week. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Remember how much I love you, and I'll see you next time.